back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on my foundation routine, so concealer, foundation, highlight, all of that jazz. I'm going to be using a new bronzer today as well, so I hope you enjoy this video. Now let's get started. I am using the NYX Total Control. I'm absolutely obsessed with NYX and obsessed with this foundation. It's got some great coverage. Literally, that is one pump from the bottle, and I think if I squeezed it, there's still more drops in there. So you do get a lot for your pump, as they would say, and it is just fantastic. And normally with foundation, what I would do is I would just pat it on my face, especially if I'm going to pump it onto my hand. I would pat it around. So once I've done the drops, I literally just pat exactly where I want the foundation to go. And this way I always make sure that I am covering all the spots that I want to cover. And I start from the inside, normally start under my eye, and I just take some circular swooping motions and then take them up and out. What you want is you want the coverage to just look seamlessly, and you want your foundation to just sink into your face. You're probably looking now and you're probably looking like, oh my god, Sunita, this foundation colour is probably not right for you. But I perfectly can colour match for myself on a number of brands. And what I normally do is when I go into a shop, I rarely buy my foundation online unless I've already been into the shop and colour matched myself, because that is just, I have to do it that way. Because colours that I thought I was, like when this foundation was first coming out, what I did is I went online and I was looking at all the different colours and I was thinking, oh, what possibly could be my colour? And I can't remember what colour I went in thinking I was, but when I put that colour on my face, really, it seriously just wasn't even close. So I'm actually in the colour Mocha. Yeah, Mocha. That is my colour. Oh, and I've got warm golden undertones. I said that to the lady that I had yellow undertones. She was like, no, we do not say yellow, because some people can get really offended by it. We say golden. So yeah, you've said yellow to me, but you're golden. And I was like, I prefer golden. Golden sounds much better. And also there is a way, if you're trying to work out whether you are a cool tone or if you are a warm tone, and the easiest way to find that out, a good trick is to try out either gold or silver jewellery. If you put on gold jewellery and you pop with gold jewellery, then you've got more of a warm undertone. And then if silver is your, if you put silver on and you pop, then you're more of a cool. You've got more cool undertones. And if you can do both. Hey girl, you're doing good. That means you're neutral tone. And you can wear both, and you can pretty much, your skin is probably quite versatile. So you can see it just literally sits on my face so well, and I absolutely love it. It gives me some nice coverage, because I don't know if you could see from the previous clip, but I have some, I think they're called skin tags. It's hereditary. I inherited them from my dad's mother, because she's got a load of them on her face, and I've got them around here and around my eyes. And this foundation, literally, I look at it and you cannot even tell. You can't even tell that I've got them on my face, and it doesn't leave my skin bumpy. I think that this foundation is really nice. It gives me a nice even base. What do you think? I would definitely recommend NYX, but I love NYX. It's nice and affordable. I think this foundation was £14, so it's really, really affordable. So if you can't afford that high-end makeup but you want that nice full coverage, give it a go. Like, give it a go. What have you really got to lose? £14 is nothing when if you spend something on a high-end product like £35 and you don't like it and you're never going to use it again. At least with this, you can be like, if I don't use it again, hey, it's only £14 that I've lost, not £30 where I could buy a pair of shoes. Whichever one's your preference, that's the question. I've just remembered that in my rush to film this, I was supposed to prime my face and I didn't. So my makeup's gonna look bad today. So my apologies for myself. Like I do this. I do get in a rush and I just flounder and I just try and get things done and I didn't get it done. So anyways, I was trying actually the New Look range Beauty because I want to try some high street brands. I love a high street brand and I want to see how they work. And this was their Illuminating Makeup Primer. And I have used it this week and I have seen the difference from using the LA Girl Mattifying Primer and also the Illuminating Primer. This just made my skin glow and I think it was just like £7. What a bargain that is. So I would give it a go if you're looking for a nice cheap foundation, a cheap primer. Try it out. Right, so they're going to go on to concealer and I'm currently using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm using the colour NC45 and because I've got some on the back of my hand from when I did my eyebrows, I'm just going to add a little bit to it. And I'm just going to go in with my finger and I'm just going to pat that down. I'm not doing a big full coverage of it, but I just want it to just brighten my under eye. I always use a beauty sponge to blend out my concealer, a damp one at that. And oh my days, I was watching this makeup tutorial by, what was the lady called? Princess Bella. If you haven't seen her tutorials, check them out. She does some awesome bold lips. But anyway, she was doing a beginner friendly makeup and she did it on Facebook Live and she was doing her makeup and basically she said that she never uses a beauty sponge to blend out her concealer and I was literally like, really? So she always uses a brush and I was like, oh my god, I never used a brush to blend out my concealer. So what she then did is she'd already started on one eye doing the beauty blender. So she thought, oh, I'm going to show you guys the difference between using a sponge and using a beauty blender. And oh my days, the difference was absolutely ridiculous as I sit here using a beauty sponge. The brush won hands down. And what I could tell from when she was using it is that the beauty sponge actually soaks up more of the product than the sponge, and the sponge actually gave her the illumination that she wanted. Like she wanted that bright under eye like everybody does. And again, I don't actually know why I'm sitting here using a sponge after what I saw there, but well, actually I do know. The reason why I'm using a beauty sponge is because I don't have a brush that I want to use. I ordered a new set of brushes a few months ago and they came and they are the worst brushes that I've ever used. For some things like highlight and setting powder and stuff like that, they're great for, and their eyeshadow brushes are fantastic. But their foundation brush was just horrible. Like, basically, I was just not impressed. They were like a set of 32. I don't remember how much I paid for them, but I was seriously not impressed. So anyway, that's why today I'm using a beauty sponge, because I am actually going to switch to using a brush instead to blend in my foundation, because her eyes just look so much better. And where if you can see I've got my like tear ducts there, like this was literally just all smoothed out and it was just like boom. So I will be using a brush going forward. Not to say that you need to change, but I just saw the difference. And if you got a chance, have a look at it so you can see the difference and see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the difference was just so different. A lot of the comments were saying that she was blending too much with the sponge, which is why it didn't look as great. But I don't know, it just looked way better with the brush, so I'm going to try that. So I'm going to just take a little bit of concealer on my forehead, brighten up that bad boy. I've not got a massive forehead, which is actually a bonus, but I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to take I only take the excess as well. I don't add any more concealer. Oh, some concealer's hiding there. And take down the bridge of my nose. And yeah. So normally after I've done my foundation, I would move on to my eyes. But as this video is my base video, I am literally just going to do my base, and then I'll do my eyes off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the full final look. I discovered this CoverGirl Queen collection, and it was recommended to me by a makeup artist in the Body Shop. Her makeup was absolutely flawless, and I've been literally looking for a bronzer come contour come everything that just will warm up my face. And she said to me, why don't you give this one a go? Because she said, especially for like my skin tone as a woman of colour, that a mattified colour is better. So have a look at that. This has got redder undertones that I've not really used a redder undertone, and this today is actually the first time I'm using it, so I am using it cautiously and sparingly because I've not used it before and I don't know what it's going to look like on my skin. But on her skin, she looks so good, so good. I don't even know if I'm using the right brush. It's one of these horrible brushes that I got in this collection, but I've literally backed up all of my brushes, and I seriously need to just do a massive clean. I normally try to do a clean of my brushes every 2 weeks because I'm just that busy. What's that? Oh. I normally try to do a clean of my brushes every 2 weeks, but because I ordered these stupid dud brushes, I've literally not got spare brushes, and I'm literally not about to make the same mistake again. So I really am not trying to order any off of eBay like I did. I really like this. I'm just going to go back because I didn't set my concealer, so I'm just going to set that with the Sacha Buttercup real quick. And I'm going to go in like literally very sparingly today because I'm just going to set it real quick. I'm not looking for a massively bright undertone. I'm just using a sample of the Sacha Buttercup still, because I still think that there's probably something better out there for me, and I quite like samples because it gives you a chance to try something out, see if you like it, and if you don't like it you can move on to the next one and you haven't wasted a lot of money. But the one I want to try, I really want to try the Laura Mercier Deep Dark, I think it is, one. I think I've mentioned it before. However, it might have been in that video that I deleted, so hey ho. But anyways, I want to try that one because everybody says that Laura is their best friend. I want Laura to be my best friend too. So I'm going to give her a go. But I can't find anywhere where they do a sample on it, and I actually haven't checked out a makeup counter to see if they've done one. But I might do. Just going to see if I can get a sample. And if not, then I'm just going to take the plunge. I quite like trying new new makeup out. So yeah, I'm just setting my concealer into place. And then I'm just going to take the excess, whatever I've got on my brush everywhere else. And also, the best way to find out what works for you, I think, is you need to really find out what your skin combination is, or your skin type is, because I think that is the key. I always thought for like the longest that I had combination skin, and I thought that I had a oily T-zone and then I was dry around the rest of my face. And actually, I've actually just got dry skin. I do not have combination skin. I do get like moisture on my nose and stuff like that. But in actual fact, I'm actually more dry than I am oily. So I'm starting to use more products for dry skin, and actually it lifts my makeup so much more. Like, especially I was using a mattifying primer thinking I had oily T-zone, trying to mattify that area, and in actual fact I was actually being counterintuitive and I wasn't doing right for my makeup. So when I was looking at my makeup like at lunchtime or anything like that, it just wasn't even looking right. So I'm going to take this CoverGirl. I am absolutely loving how this looks. Like, I feel so like bronzed, and oh, I do like it. If I was doing like a proper like glam look like this is giving me life, like seriously. Definitely, I'm getting this on order again. It took about 4 weeks to come because it's an American brand, and I ordered this off of Amazon. Look at the colour. Can you see? I hope you can see it. Like, just looks absolutely amazing. Like, can you see how I've done the perimeter? We'll take a little bit down bottom of my chin, just the excess. It just gives that warmness. I really, really like this. Yeah. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I would say find out your skin type and really find out your skin type. I actually found out a way to find out your skin type is to actually, 1 second, for blush, and I'm using the NYX Chiffon. I normally stick to one blusher because I'm really not a big blusher person, so I quite like nice simple blusher look that I will use for every look. But I'm gonna get a little bit more adventurous, I think, and change it up. But yeah, normally I'll use the same one literally till it's dead and then go and get another one and literally get the exact same one as well. But I will experiment and see how it works differently with different things. So that's NYX. And then for highlight, I'm using the Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin highlight, and this is in their colour Rosewood Glimmer, and I've used this one before, and I really just like how this looks, and it goes really well with this chiffon. Look, guys, cause sometimes I just don't think my highlight comes out very well on camera, but oh yeah, yeah, sorry. Sorry. Oh yeah, the highlight is popping. And this is just an everyday look, and I don't normally do highlight, so I just let my blusher do the talking. But I'm feeling a bit of highlight today. Anyways, yeah, find out your skin tone. And I was given a tip on a online makeup course that I did, and the best way to find out what kind of skin type you are is to use a normal face wash for normal skin. And if after you've used it, if your face feels really tight and then you've got dry skin. If it's more if it's just normal when it comes out, obviously then you've just got normal skin. And then if you've got patches where it's dry and then patches where you feel a little bit clammy and oily, then you can find your combination skin, you're dry and oily. And if it just doesn't work, if it's just you just feel like your pores are clogged and everything like that, you probably more likely got what's the other one? Oily skin. That's the one. But I thought that was such a good thing, and luckily I actually was given, you know when you're given those bath sets and stuff, and I was actually had one with that had normal skin in it, so I tried it, and still then I still felt a little tight here. So this is why I thought definitely I am dry around here and then more oily here. But the more I've been using more skin products and trying to really like find out what works for my skin, I'm finding out that I think I'm a little bit more drier than I actually think. I definitely think here I do get a lot of moisture, but I think everywhere else I think I literally am just dry. So then you tailor your products that you're going to use to your skin so that you can give the best, what do you say? It's not illusion, or the best version of yourself when you're doing your makeup, and that you're using things that are going to work for you. That's my tip. I think that is a really good tip. You want your makeup to look on point and flawless. That is what you need to do. So, back to my base. This is my base phase, and this is what I would do normally for my foundation, blusher, highlight and everything. With highlight as well, if you're having more of a glam day, I've heard the forehead is a great place to give yourself some shimmer, because obviously you've got your, look, can you see, feel that glimmer there? I do also love a little bit of shimmer on the nose. I tried to take this one sparingly because I find it doesn't blend very well on my skin. I don't know if it is just the brush that I'm using or whatever, but yeah. See, nice nose highlight there. You can take a little bit of chin highlight, but my absolute fave highlight is a good bit of upper lip highlight. I don't know what that face was. But yeah, this is my foundation routine, and I'm going to go finish off the rest of my makeup and come back and show you the final